One of you, not this group, gave me worry beads. Does everybody know what worry beads are? Fucking Google it. I'm not here. I'm not a dictionary. Which I find amusing. I appreciate the gift, but I don't worry about anything. I give you snowflakes, ulcers. And they're made out of some special stone dating back to fucking Moses or some shit. And you see a lot of Muslims work with them. But the ultimate goal of this seminar, for me, as I said last night in my ranting and raving, is to make you, not cajole you, but make you feel comfortable being uncomfortable. That's my primary goal. Because you're all cunts. When I look at you, I see just vaginas flapping. And when I say cunt, I mean you're cowards. I don't mean, like a lot of people use the word, you're a coward. But coward's not strong enough, because you know you're a coward. I said last night that I was talking to two of the Hall of Famers. One billions, and one just, few tens of millions. That's how my Swiss wealth banker mentee, and when he says billions, his eyes roll back in his head, and his eyes actually sparkle. I saw some of my brothers out there looking at my cars. And don't touch them. Brothers, I mean blacks. It's funny how only the blacks are out there, but anyway, we'll get into that later. It's tough to beat the cycle of poverty. It's tough to beat the cycle of poverty. We're going to talk about the movie a little later, but this picture that was taken by one of you a year or two ago, that is a rainbow over the castle, the day the seminar started. For some of you, this is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. For some of you. Some of you will ascertain your calling in life today, tomorrow, the next day. Some of you won't ascertain it while you're here. Some of you have an idea of what you want to do. So far, when I look through your materials, and it's copious, you have filled out a lot of information, and some of the questions I'm sure you've never even thought about, let alone ever had anybody ask you. Like whether your parents were losers, I got the wrong way, losers or not. But most of your ideas, it's an anomaly if anybody in the group has an idea that's worth a shit. It's an anomaly. Anomaly meaning it's by accident. Because most of you don't. Not just this group, any group that comes to you through. Make America Great Britain again. As you see when you look around the wall, the influencers, Hall of Fame, Hall of Shame, and a few of my personal things. I've had the privilege of meeting the Queen a couple times. She's a nice lady. Yesterday, I believe, President Trump announced that he's getting out of the, whatever the agreement is, I forget now. And everybody's in this hizzy. It doesn't make a difference if President Trump got over and jerked off on fucking TV. It doesn't make a difference. None of these things make a difference. On all these things you've read all your life don't make a fucking difference. Because in the cosmos of time, it's not a fart in the wind. Bill Gates in the cosmos of time isn't a fart in the wind. So if Bill Gates is not a fart in the wind in the 13.8 billion years that we've been around, what the fuck are you? Nothing. Some people say that, and I have Stalin, I don't have Lenin on my wall of influencers, but it doesn't matter if I was fucking Stalin. As long as it's legal, moral, and ethical, anything goes. Legal, moral, and ethical. Some of you, not in this group, but some of you that have gone through the seminar, cross over the line, and they've wound up here. We have currently 2 in jail as we speak. 2 of my Hall of Famers have now on the Hall of Shame are in jail as we speak. One in Canada, one here in the UK. We have many that should be in jail. Because when you find out how fucking easy it is, it's like taking candy from a baby, which I would not recommend you do, but it is. That's how easy it is. If anything in my seminar offends you, blame your fucking parents for raising pussies. I don't go out of my way to insult you, but I will. I don't go out of my way to insult your parents, but I will. If your parents had done a reasonably good job, you wouldn't be here. Because love doesn't get the fucking job done. Because if love got the fucking job done, we wouldn't be here, we wouldn't have war. It would have eliminated the personal development industry. Ted Nicholas, God rest, he's not dead yet, but God bless him, told me when I first decided, was thinking about doing this 25 years ago, he said it's $1 billion industry, Dan. It's $1 going around to 1 billion people. Because basically we teach them nothing. And I said, how do you define nothing, Ted? He says, because when you teach, you expect them to carry on and do. They don't do. But thank God for that. They just keep coming back for seminars and buying our shit. If love got the job done, as I told Jason Capital, one of my mentees, who teaches you how to get laid. If you would have told me this, or if I would have told my father before he died, that there's guys that take money from people to teach you how to get laid, my father would have died earlier. They call it other things. They call it self-esteem growth. But the bottom line is, you're paying guys like him, and he's the best. And I trained him. The number one reason people fail in life is because they listen to their friends and family. Your friends and family, I say fools' friends and family, have been the basis of most of your decision making in your life. Even the brothers. At least the black guys today admit they're black. I told you last night at dinner that at least a third of them that come through here say, well, I'm not black. They look like Michael Jackson, but not Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson before he changed his color through operations. So many pussies on both sides. The Russian foreign minister told our current secretary, our past secretary of state during the election. Tears were in my eyes as I read this from a mentee, one of you guys. I almost can't believe a guy like me who originally grew up in a rundown shack in the Philippine province with no formal business education and absolutely no corporate background sees so much opportunity and will be achieving something so spectacular. What the fuck? It doesn't get better than this for me. And he's currently rolling up practices, physiotherapy practices in Australia. Comes from the provinces. Now, you guys don't, the two people behind the cameras understand what that means because they're from the Philippines. But you don't understand. Walk around barefoot, have no money. That's real poverty. Some people say that that's who I am. I was basically born a couple thousand years late because I believe, and I have to restrain myself. I want that, I punch you in the face and I take it from you. That's how I was raised as a little kid. When we talk about some of the things I did as a little kid, you will be stunned. You will be gobsmacked. You will be overwhelmed that I'm still alive. This is you a year and a day from now. You will be the fifth horseman of the fucking apocalypse, you fucking cunts. You will take what you want legally. You won't give a fuck what anybody thinks of you. A third of you will have kicked your old ladies to the curb. Half of you will have gotten rid of your business partners. Most of you got married and are in long-term relationships for all the wrong reasons. Most of you are in business with people for all the wrong reasons. Well, some of you are still think like Cro-Magnon, but this is us, and then go back, we fucked everything up. Now, not because of global warming, because I don't believe in global warming, and I'm going to tell you why I don't believe in global warming through the seminar. Not because of any of the things that are popular right now, but we have fucked things up. Because as I said last night, they're giving away free money the last 7, 8, 9 years. Who in this room, don't raise your hands, who in this room has taken advantage of that? Nobody. Who on YouTube has taken advantage of it? Almost nobody. Why? Because you've fallen into one of the great myths of life that there is no money out there. And if there is money out there, it's hard to get. Well, as Bruce Whipple, a Hall of Famer, would say, if you don't ask, you don't fucking get. Most of you only subscribe to that theory because you haven't asked. And you haven't asked because you've listened to the morons that you currently deal with. And show me your friends and I'll show you your future. 13.8 billion years. In the last 200,000 years, they've been more or less look like we look now. More or less, okay? We are going to change you back to your original DNA. When you took what you wanted and didn't give a fuck. I drove by a college today and yelled, boo! 35 people went to the hospital. 734 needed crisis counseling, 429 needed a safe area or room, and classes were canceled for a week. Does anybody other than myself see how fucking ludicrous that is? Because it's true. I just got canceled by a major UK, not just in the last few weeks, a major UK university to speak at. I've been canceled by 2 or 3 of the biggest universities in the United States to speak at. Although I'm speaking at Chester University in a couple of weeks in the UK. And I'm also speaking in Liverpool for free. And the idea came to me when I was asked to speak at Oxford last year. When they called here and I said, at first I thought it was a joke. And I said, oh, my Rhodes Scholarship must have got lost in the post, in the mail. Maybe that's why they're calling me. And then when we found out it wasn't a joke, and I spoke there, I had a great time. I have a number of devotees there, and I have a couple of mentees that actually went through the seminar while they were at Oxford. And then it gave me an idea that, well, shit, I can speak at universities all over the world for free and spread the word, because the sooner you catch them, the better off you are. The reason why the kids in here are going to do better than the old goats is because they don't have as much baggage. And so I started making arrangements, and you just don't drop in on universities. I'm speaking at the University of Toronto this coming September. It's taken fucking 7 months to organize because of the bureaucratic horse shit. But I'm happy that I can speak there. And I'm speaking at a number of, schools have asked me. A couple have asked me, and then they did their due diligence, and then they canceled me because it was a great idea until they found out I say fucking cunt. Although I only said fuck 2 or 3 times at Oxford. A big university in France asked me, and then they found out I didn't speak French. I went to school in France when I was a little kid. But I used to speak fluent French, but maybe they assumed I still spoke fluent French, but I don't. But so 8 or 10 schools in the next year that I'll speak at for free. And I enjoy that. Because the younger I can get them, the better off we are. Now, in all his infinite wisdom, he's a very bright kid. But this is where we're going. And I'm not saying he hasn't done a lot of great things, but in the Cosmo time, he hasn't done fuck either. American symbols of manhood. We've gone from on the left, the GI, to now, you snowflakes. We've gone from the generation that saved the world, which was my father was part of, to now. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that is to someone like myself? When I hear boot camp, I get sick. Because you cocksuckers and the cocksuckers on the fucking YouTube wouldn't know a boot camp of a bitch in the dick or the vagina. This is the closest you're going to have to a boot camp. But I'm not going to be hitting you. Because at boot camps there's consequences for fuck up. By the way, Sergeant, thank you for your service. There's consequences for fuck ups. Now there's no consequences. The nuns used to hit me with rulers. I put my hands out, they hit me with rulers. They put my hands out, they hit me with rulers. Pretty soon I stopped making the same mistake. They used to put me in the corner with a dunce cap. Can't do any of that shit now. They used to put me in a closet. You want quiet time? And we'll beat you like a fucking rented mule, then we'll put you in a closet all day. Oh, you got to piss? Well, you better piss down your leg. Can you imagine if they did that to kids today in school? But that's what they did to me, and that's why I turned out the way I did. YouTube, we'll talk to you later. Thank you.